Good afternoon, everyone. This is Natasha Telger with Illinois WorkNet, and today we are going to take a look at the at how we use the Service Locator to add WIOA-funded sites. So let me go ahead. I'm going to minimize our PowerPoint here, and I will put up my screen sharing. So if you have any trouble seeing my computer screen, then go ahead and put a note in the chat pod. Go ahead and get on my WorkNet. Okay. And so today we are going to take a look at the Service Locator, how we update WIOA-funded sites within the Service Locator. We're going to take a look at the overall workflow to show you not only how you add the sites, but how we maintain those sites. We'll take a look at reports, and then we'll go over some next steps. If you haven't had a chance to do so already, there are some documents in the bottom right of your screen, and you can download those documents, and we'll be using those today. So to start out, we are going to, you go to illinoisworknet.com and you log into with your partner account. Let me do that real quick. Okay, and your tools are available through your dashboard, so you can click on My Dashboard. And then you can see we have an area over to the left that says Partner Tools, so you click on Partner Tools. And you'll see that we have a spot that says Service Locator Admin. So if you just select the Service Locator Admin, you'll go to your admin page, and so you will see all of the sites that you have access to. So the people who can add WIOA-funded sites to Illinois WorkNet Service Locator include those partners that have a user role of LWIA Manager or LWIA Coordinator. So you will see all the locations for your LWIA. So we're just going to add a new site. And we have the agreement, agree to the terms. So I'm going to go ahead and agree, hit next. Then you're going to indicate that this is an Illinois WorkNet partner as opposed to just a work support referral. And then, as I mentioned, since you are either coordinator or manager, you will have access to, you'll be prompted to identify whether it's WIOA or not. So for this example, we're going to say yes. You can say, does it have a resource room or not? So you can say yes and save and continue. And this is where you're going to start entering in all of the location information. Now you'll notice as I've gone through each of these screens, I'm starting to build up my tabs. So you'll see these more and more tabs progress along the top as you complete the information. I'm going to switch over to the handout that is available for you to download. It's also available from the Illinois WorkNet partner guide pages. And it just simply walks you through the process of, logging in, telling you where you can access the service admin tool. And in this guide, you can see all of the tabs along the top because we've already added the site for this example. You can see all of those sites that populate IWDS. So we have a little icon that has the IWDS next to it. So you can see, you enter your standard information. What type of site? Is it comprehensive or affiliate or other? Of course, your org name, address, location information, and you'll see that we have the fax number and general email. So you'll want to make sure you have that information before you start entering all of the information. And we have hours of operation. If you're used to the older WorkNet, we did modify the hours of operation a little bit, and I'll show you that. Whenever you select the hours of operation, you just simply do a check mark for which day that particular office had office hours, and you can select from a drop-down menu for your times. You can do that, for all the days that are listed. If it's by appointment only, you click by appointment only, and it clears out all of these times and days so that you just they just have to contact you in order to set up an appointment. Let me go back to our sheet. Okay, one of the areas that you're going to be prompted to do, you don't have to do it this time, but we'd like everyone to kind of start moving towards this process of updating a logo. We will have our community pages, and so that's where we're moving towards. So, as you have those logos available, or just whenever you add a new WIOA-funded site, if you could upload the logo at that time, that'll just help. When we have those community pages available for you, you'll already be money ahead. We do have the next tab is the contacts, and that's simply, what you would expect, the primary contact for that location. So one of the important things to know about the contacts is once this site is approved, then your contacts that you have listed for this site will be able to update the information. Since it's a WIOA-funded site, you and the contacts can update the information, and then DCO will be notified. They'll review the information, and once it's been reviewed and approved, that information will be used to update IWDS. So just, again, important fact, if you want the person to have access to updating the IWDS location or WIOA-funded location information, then that's who you should have as a contact. Now, this is really nice to have somebody else other than yourself to be the contact person for these locations, because we do have an automated system in place that after 6 months, you'll be notified that it's time to review the information. So it's as simple as clicking on the link in the email, reviewing the information, and saying yes, verifying that the information is correct. Or the other thing that a person, that the contact can do is they can help with updating any service information that you have available. So it is good to have a primary contact available, other than someone like an LWIA manager or an LWIA coordinator. We want to make sure we have a primary contact for that location identified. And you can have multiple contacts. The next area is social media. So if you have a Facebook page, Twitter, Pinterest, anything like that, you can go ahead and add those. And we will make sure that we follow you too. Then we also have a referral and special programs page. And this is where you would identify your locations. Let's say if you're participating, as using some past examples, like if you were part of a summer youth program, you would identify that here. Or if you're with ADAM or DEI or any of those types of programs, this is how we can identify you as part of that program. This is also where we identify referral locations. So if you're a referral, accept referrals for, financial assistance or food and nutrition, health care, child care. You could identify those referrals in this area. You can also identify which counties that 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 program or which you serve, or this particular location serves. The next area is the organization type and funding. So for the organization type, you're just going to select from the drop-down menu, and your WIOA funding will already be selected, but you do have the option to select additional funding as well. And then this is similar to old WorkNet, where you have the different services that are available. And let me just go back and switch over to some of my sites. So I'm going to take a look at the WIA funded sites. And my screen looks a little bit different than yours because I can see the state. We're going to pick LWIA 7 because they always have lots of sites to choose from. So let's see, I hit my apply filters, okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at I can see this is a comprehensive site. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that location. You can see this one has everything filled out. I'm just going to go ahead and show you the services at this location. And something that's a little bit different than old WorkNet is that you can select each of these categories like we had previously. You can identify what is available, but then you can also identify if you have to be enrolled in a program in order to use that service. So that's something that's a little new. And then once you get to the end, then you hit preview, and you can easily review all the information. And then you can submit or confirm that that information is correct. And then let me go ahead. I'm going to switch over. This is another handout that we have available for you. And kind of walks you through the overall process for how this adding the sites into the service finder replaces the paper method that you used to use. So we've already walked through the part of logging into your logging into your dashboard, getting the service finder tool, and then once you do that, then DCO will receive the information. They will review the information for accuracy, and they will either approve it or contact you, get clarification so that that can be updated and approved. Now, I had mentioned a little bit earlier about an automatic process that will help make sure that all the information stays current. And so we do have an automatic email that is sent out after 6 months, and it's sent to the LWIA manager, coordinator, and the site contact to just simply verify if the information is accurate or not. Okay? So if you need to make changes, then that's fine. You can do that, and one of the things that we have added is that when you update the information, that information is recorded in your timeline. And so you can see that for this location, there was a change. There were several changes on the 11th. They updated the email address. And then on the 26th, they updated the name information, so you see a prior value and the current value. And so you'll have a timeline of all the changes that have been made to each of your locations. Okay. Are there any questions so far? Okay. Oh, I thought you see typing. Okay. We've also added some more reports if you haven't already taken a look at these, for each of the locations that you have access to, so if you're an LWIA manager, an LWIA coordinator, then you have access to your entire LWIA. We have a site list, which is simply that. It lists out all the sites. So this will be, this is nice, so you can use it to pull a full list, see, what different types of sites, create your own reports, that type of thing. Another one that is kind of interesting is the site summary, and this can help you with, just seeing kind of where you are overall with the different types of sites that are available in your area. So I'm going to look again at LWIA 7. And for this location, or for LWIA 7, I see each of these categories are for my organization type, and then I see an overall count, and I can see over, the grand total for how many locations I have in my LWIA. Another one is site contacts. We know this can be useful, if you wanted to send out information or pull a list of the people that are primary or secondary contacts for each of your locations in your LWIA. Again, with social media, you can pull that information. Maybe you wanted to, follow some of the partners or referral sites. You can pull that information. And then you can also pull information on the different types of referrals, social programs that are available in your area. And we are currently working on a report that will help you with pulling information by services. So is there any other questions? Okay, it's awful quiet. As far as next steps are concerned, what we would recommend is that if you haven't already gone in and taken a look at updating the WIOA funded sites to make sure everything is accurate, then please do that. If you have any logos that are associated with those WIA or for those WIOA funded sites, you can go ahead and update that information. Other than that, just make sure that whoever has normally been responsible for, updating the WIOA sites or sending in the piece of paper to IWDS staff, that they are aware that they can update that information in my workNet now, and that information then will be automatic notification will be sent to DCO so they can update, verify the information is correct, and then approve those locations and update IWDS. I saw John, looked like John was typing. I didn't know if you are still typing or had some other questions. If you don't already have contacts listed for those WIOA sites, I would recommend that you go ahead and have a primary or primary and secondary contact for each of those locations. And what else am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anything, Lacey? Okay. 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 Right. Okay. Well, if you have some, now it looks like you're talking about, I'm assuming non-WIOA funded sites. Yep, that is an issue, that we had dealt with in the past. That's why we were kind of hoping that if we could have, as we move forward, two contacts, a primary and a secondary, that that might help with that issue of when somebody leaves, at least we have a secondary backup person. So that's a good point. I'm glad you brought it up. And the other thing that one of the reasons why we implemented the contacting them every 6 months is to help, just to make sure that, we're identifying, if there really are people that have left, so we can update them and so that they're not marked as an Illinois WorkNet partner, and also so we can find out who the new contact person would be. If you have anyone that needs to be identified as an Illinois WorkNet manager, please send that to info@illinoisworknet.com, and then that way we can go ahead and give them the correct user role. That's another item. Okay. Well, if there aren't any other questions, then thank you, everyone, for participating today. Again, we have updated the Illinois WorkNet page, and I'm going to just go ahead and show that to you real quick. All our partner resources are available from the footer. And if you didn't see it already, we have a partner tools area that was released, and we have a service finder area. Now, you don't have to be logged in to see this location, or this page, I should say. And we do have the instructions that are available on this page as well. So it gives a brief overview, what's the difference between the partner and referral services, the two different types of sites and services, I guess you could say, that are available through the Service Locator, and then we have an instructions area. And we will post this webinar within this playlist. So thank you very